Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are a Samsung user, or even if you just follow the smartphone industry closely, you know that this time of year is always filled with rumors, leaks, and high expectations. We are standing at a very interesting point in tech history. It is Friday, July 31st, 2026, and the buzz around Samsung's next big software update is louder than ever. Everyone was expecting Samsung to make One UI 9.0 look completely different. There were rumors of a total overhaul, a new design language, maybe even a complete change in how icons and menus work. But after seeing the latest beta version that has leaked out to testers and developers, it is clear that Samsung had a different plan entirely. Instead of changing everything you already love, which can often be confusing and frustrating for long-time users, the company focused on something much more subtle but arguably more important. They focused on making every interaction smoother, every Android feature smarter. At first glance, One UI 9.0 may seem like a small update. You might look at the screenshots and think, hey, this looks just like One UI 8. But the more you use it, the more you realize just how many improvements Samsung has packed into Android 17. And trust me, by the end of this deep dive, you will understand why many Galaxy users are already calling this one of Samsung's most polished updates ever. It is not about flashiness, it is about refinement. It is about taking a great experience and making it feel effortless. Let's start with the foundation of the software itself. The latest internal build confirms that One UI 9.0 is based on Android 17. This is a huge deal because it brings Google's newest platform features together with Samsung's own custom improvements. For those who do not follow the technical side too closely, Android is the engine under the hood, and One UI is the body and interior of the car. When Google releases a new version of Android, it brings better security, better battery management rules, and new core capabilities. Samsung then takes that raw material and adds their own style, features, and optimizations. Inside the software information page on the test device, you will notice the updated One UI version number and the new Android 17 Easter egg. For those who do not know, an Easter egg is a hidden little game or animation that Google hides in each version of Android. Finding it shows that development is moving forward quickly, and that the core system is stable enough to include these fun extras. Although this is still a beta version, meaning it is not the final product for regular customers, many of the core features already feel surprisingly stable. There are no major crashes, and the phone feels solid in daily use. The first thing you will notice after unlocking the phone is how smooth everything feels. This is not just a feeling, it is a measurable improvement. Samsung has not completely redesigned the interface, but every single animation has been refined. Think about what happens when you open an app. In previous versions, there might have been a tiny stutter or a slight delay as the app loaded. In One UI 9.0, opening apps feels quicker. The icon expands into the window seamlessly. Closing apps is more fluid, sliding away with a natural momentum that matches the speed of your finger. Switching between screens is faster, and scrolling throughout the system looks more natural than before. When you scroll through a list of contacts or a long web page, the text does not blur as much, and the stopping point feels precise. These are the kinds of improvements you may not notice immediately. You might not say, wow, look at that animation, right away. But after using the phone for a few hours, if you were to pick up an older Galaxy phone running One UI 7 or 8, going back would suddenly feel slower. It would feel clunky. That is the power of good optimization. It is invisible until it is gone. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest visual upgrades in One UI 9.0, and this is something that music lovers will really appreciate, the music player. Samsung has completely refreshed the Now bar experience. The Now bar is that small strip at the bottom of your screen that shows what is playing when you minimize the music app. In the past, it was functional but basic. In One UI 9.0, as soon as music starts playing, you will see an elegant animated waveform moving across the player. This is not just a static bar, it pulses and moves with the beat of the song. What is even better is that the animation automatically changes color depending on the album artwork. If the album cover is blue, the waveform glows blue. If it is red, it shifts to red. This creates a much more dynamic and immersive look. It makes the phone feel alive and connected to the media you are consuming. If you expand the player by tapping on that bar, the redesign becomes even more impressive. The playback controls, play, pause, skip forward, skip back, are larger and easier to hit with your thumb. The progress bar, which shows how far along you are in the song, now glows with new visual effects. It looks cleaner, more modern, and less cluttered than ever before. Samsung has clearly paid attention to every little detail here. They have removed unnecessary lines and shadows, focusing on clarity. This makes music playback feel far more premium than previous versions. It feels like a dedicated music device, not just a phone playing audio in the background. This attention to detail suggests that Samsung is trying to compete more seriously with dedicated music streaming experiences, making the native player a joy to use again. The same design philosophy continues inside Live Activities and the Quick Settings panel. Live Activities are those small notifications that stay on your lock screen or home screen to show real-time info, like a timer, a sports score, or a ride-share status. In One UI 9.0, these have been cleaned up. but the bigger change is in the quick settings panel. This is the menu you pull down from the top of the screen to turn on Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or adjust settings. Samsung has redesigned both the brightness and volume sliders. In the past, these were thin lines that could be hard to grab precisely. Now, they are noticeably thicker and easier to control. Since brightness and volume are probably the two settings we adjust the most every day, this small change makes a surprisingly big difference. It is more comfortable to use. It is more accurate so you do not accidentally jump from 10% volume to 50%. And it is much easier to use with one hand, which is how most of us hold our phones. Samsung has also improved the spacing throughout the quick settings menu. The buttons for toggles like flashlight, airplane mode, and do not disturb are easier to tap. There is more white space around them, which reduces the chance of hitting the wrong button. The icons look cleaner, with simpler lines and consistent colors. Transitions between different controls are much smoother. When you swipe left or right to see more toggles, the movement is fluid. Nothing feels overcrowded anymore. In older versions, if you had many toggles enabled, the menu could look messy. Now, it gives the interface a more modern appearance without changing its familiar layout. You do not have to relearn where things are. They are just better. Moving over to the home screen, One UI 9.0 introduces a dedicated Bixby widget. For years, Bixby has been Samsung's voice assistant. While it has improved, it has often taken a backseat to other assistants. However, this new widget gives users instant access to voice commands or text input directly from the home screen. You can place it anywhere. The widget can be resized to match your home screen layout, making it easy to integrate without taking up unnecessary space. You can make it small and unobtrusive, or larger if you use voice commands frequently. But the real story here is not just about Bixby. It is about Galaxy AI. Samsung continues expanding artificial intelligence across its entire software experience. One UI 9.0 is expected to deliver smarter writing suggestions. Imagine typing an email and the AI suggests a more professional tone or corrects your grammar in real time, not just with spell check, but with context understanding. We are also seeing improved voice recognition. The phone understands you better, even in noisy environments. Better translations mean you can read foreign websites or chat with friends in other languages more accurately. AI-powered summaries are another key feature. If you have a long news article or a lengthy email chain, the AI can summarize the main points for you in seconds. This saves time and helps you stay informed without reading every word. There are also more personalized recommendations throughout the operating system. The phone learns your habits. If you usually open your banking app in the morning and your music app in the evening, the system might suggest these apps at the right times. Rather than adding flashy AI features that people never use, Samsung appears focused on making everyday tasks easier. It is practical AI, not just marketing AI. One particularly useful addition can be found inside the Settings app. This is a change that many people with multiple devices have been asking for. Samsung now includes a warranty and device care section, where you can view every Galaxy device connected to your Samsung account. In the past, managing warranties for a phone, a tablet, and a watch required logging into a website or digging through emails. Now it is all in one place. Whether you own multiple smartphones, tablets, watches, earbuds, or foldable devices, you will be able to check warranty status and manage them all from one place. You can see when each device was purchased, when the warranty expires, and even schedule repairs directly from the phone. This simplifies life for families or tech enthusiasts who own several Samsung products. It turns the Settings app into a true hub for your digital life. Samsung has also introduced a new tap to share feature that makes transferring files almost effortless. We have had file sharing for years, but it often involves selecting files, choosing a recipient, waiting for a connection, and then accepting the transfer. Tap to Share simplifies this. Simply open Gallery, Contacts, or Quick Share, bring two compatible phones close together, and the transfer begins automatically. There is no complicated setup. You do not need to search for devices in a list. There is no unnecessary waiting. It uses near-field communication and ultra-wideband technology to detect the other phone instantly. It is fast, convenient, and feels exactly how wireless sharing should work. It removes the friction from sharing photos with friends or sending documents to colleagues. This kind of seamless connectivity is what keeps people within the Samsung ecosystem. Once you get used to how easy it is to share, going back to other methods feels tedious. Security remains another major priority for Samsung. In a world where data breaches and privacy concerns are common, users want to know their information is safe. One UI 9.0 builds on Android 17's stronger privacy protections by adding better permission management. You can now see exactly which apps are accessing your location, camera, or microphone in real time. If an app tries to access something in the background without your knowledge, the system alerts you. There is improved background security, meaning apps cannot run hidden processes that drain battery or steal data. There is also enhanced protection against unauthorized access. This includes better biometric security for fingerprint and face unlock, making it harder for someone to bypass your lock screen. These features may work quietly in the background. You might not see them every day. but they help keep your personal information safer than ever. Peace of mind is a valuable feature, even if it is invisible. Performance is another area where Samsung deserves credit. Early testing shows improved memory management. This means the phone is better at keeping apps open in the background. If you switch from Instagram to Chrome and then back to Instagram, the app is likely still there, ready to go. You do not have to wait for it to reload. This is called faster multitasking. Apps remain active longer without reloading, and switching between multiple applications feels almost instantaneous. This is crucial for power users who have dozens of tabs open or who switch between work and play frequently. Samsung also appears to have improved thermal management. Phones get hot when they work hard. Detailed testing is still ongoing, but early reports suggest that demanding tasks like gaming and video editing generate less heat compared to previous beta versions. The phone stays cooler to the touch. If these improvements continue into the final release, Galaxy users could enjoy more consistent performance during heavy workloads. You will not experience slowdowns because the phone is throttling itself to cool down. This leads to a more reliable experience overall. Battery life currently remains very similar to previous One UI versions. This is not necessarily bad news. It means Samsung has not sacrificed battery life for performance. Since this is still a beta build, Samsung will likely continue optimizing background processes before the official release. Background processes are the tasks apps do when you are not using them, like checking for emails or updating weather. If these are not managed well, they drain the battery. Samsung engineers are working to make these processes more efficient. There is still plenty of time for additional improvements, so battery performance could become even better over the coming months. Historically, Samsung has been good at squeezing out extra battery life in the final weeks of development. So, while it is good now, it might be great later. Camera enthusiasts also have something to look forward to. The camera is often the main reason people buy a new phone. While Samsung has not officially announced major camera hardware upgrades in this software update, leaks suggest significant software improvements. There is improved AI image processing. This means the phone is better at recognizing scenes. If you take a picture of food, it enhances the colors to make it look appetizing. If you take a picture of a landscape, it boosts the blues and greens. There is faster HDR performance. HDR stands for high dynamic range, which helps balance bright skies and dark shadows in the same photo. Faster HDR means you can take photos quickly without the phone lagging. There is also enhanced portrait detection. The edge detection around your hair or glasses is more accurate, so the background blur looks more natural. And there is better low-light photography. Night mode is faster and produces less noise, resulting in clearer images in the dark. Combined with Android 17's camera improvements, Galaxy devices could deliver even more impressive photo quality after the final update. You do not need a new camera lens to get better photos. Sometimes, you just need smarter software. Another area receiving attention is Samsung's ecosystem. We live in a world of multiple devices. We have phones, tablets, smartwatches, earbuds, laptops, and smart home devices. One UI 9.0 continues making Galaxy phones work more seamlessly with all of these. Whether you are switching between devices, sharing files, or syncing notifications, Samsung wants everything to feel connected without requiring extra setup. For example, if you copy text on your phone, you can paste it on your tablet instantly. If you start watching a video on your phone, you can continue it on your TV with one tap. Notifications from your watch can be dismissed from your phone. This level of integration makes the whole system feel like one cohesive unit rather than separate gadgets. It increases productivity and convenience. It makes the Samsung ecosystem sticky, meaning once you are in it, it is hard to leave because everything works so well together. Perhaps the biggest reason people are excited about One UI 9.0 is because Samsung did not chase unnecessary redesigns. In the tech world, change for the sake of change is often criticized. Users hate having to relearn how to use their phones every year. Instead, Samsung focused on polishing the experience people already enjoy. Every animation is smoother. Every interaction feels faster. AI is becoming more useful in practical ways. Security is stronger, protecting your data. The ecosystem works better, connecting your devices. And all these improvements combine to make your Galaxy phone feel newer, even if the overall design remains familiar. It is an update that respects the user's time and habits. It acknowledges that the current design is good, but it can be better. It is a mature approach to software development. It shows confidence in the existing foundation while striving for excellence in execution. Of course, this is not the final version yet. It is important to remember that we are looking at a beta. Samsung is expected to continue testing One UI 9.0 over the next few months. They will be adding new features, improving performance, fixing bugs, and refining animations before the stable rollout begins. Bugs are inevitable in beta software. You might find a glitch here or there. But the fact that the core experience is already this strong is a very good sign. That means the update you eventually receive could be even better than what we are seeing today. The team has time to listen to feedback from testers and make adjustments. They can optimize battery usage further. They can tweak the AI models to be more accurate. They can smooth out any remaining rough edges in the animations. So, the question remains, are you excited about One UI 9.0? It is a subjective choice, but the evidence points to a very strong update. Which feature are you looking forward to the most? Is it the smoother animations that make the phone feel fast and responsive? Is it the Galaxy AI improvements that help you write and organize your life? Is it the redesigned music player that makes listening to songs more visually engaging? Or is it the upgraded quick settings panel that makes daily adjustments easier? Each of these features contributes to a better overall experience. For me, the combination of performance and polish is the most exciting part. A phone that feels fast and reliable is a joy to use. When you do not have to fight with your device, you can focus on what matters. You can focus on creating content, staying connected with friends, or simply enjoying your entertainment. One UI 9.0 seems designed to remove friction. It removes the friction of slow animations, the friction of complicated file sharing, the friction of managing multiple devices, and the friction of unclear settings. It streamlines the digital experience. As we wait for the final release, keep an eye on the official Samsung channels. They will provide more details as the launch date approaches. In the meantime, if you are a beta tester, your feedback is valuable. Report bugs, suggest improvements, and help shape the final product. If you are not a beta tester, be patient. The wait will be worth it. This update represents a significant step forward for Samsung. It shows that they are listening to their users. They understand that we do not always want something new, we want something better. And One UI 9.0 delivers on that promise. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you agree that polish is more important than a redesign? Have you tried any beta versions yourself? What is your biggest pain point with the current One UI that you hope gets fixed? Your comments help create a community of informed users. We read every comment and love hearing your perspectives. Different people use their phones in different ways, so your experience might highlight features that others have missed. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe to Tech Gadget. We cover all the latest news in the tech world, with a special focus on Samsung, Android, smartphones, AI, and all the biggest technology trends. Leaving a like helps the channel grow and allows us to bring you more high-quality content. Turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. We post regularly, ensuring you are always up to date with the fast-moving world of technology. From unboxings to deep dives, from tips and tricks to industry analysis, we have got you covered. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Keep your devices updated, stay curious, and enjoy the smooth experience that One UI 9.0 promises to bring. Until then, happy texting, happy snapping, and happy scrolling.